Hi, my boys. This lady.
I checked that out, and after I did my video, I wish I would have checked his stuff out beforehand. Like,
she talks about
Pete. I had so many downloads after I listened. See, it's the Blu-rays. If we listen to each other, we get downloads.
This cult
like, it could be
wannabe leader, this pedophile to me.
It could be like just a conversation, whatever. Like, yeah, a transmission of some sort. You know,
my dad was telling me when my dad passed away.
It's like a few months. Like, I know what it's like. They try to put us back into hiding.
When my dad passed away, he was telling me that a lot of people were after me. I couldn't understand what that meant. Like, what do you mean? Like,
like the level of alchemist.
I knew witchcraft was heavy.
Back online. Oh my god.
I didn't realize how heavy it was up until like now, up until this present day.
Personally,
I'm trying to prove that there's no such thing as schizophrenia or bipolar. It's people not listening. It's reaction. It's people triggering you. It's the universe. It's the afterlife. It's everybody that is. So, these people that believe in the 144 or the chosen one, or this one is a Blu-ray 144. They're all connected. They're all part of the church. Those are brainwashed people. Those people, I have no connection. Never did. Those are narcissists. They dug themselves into a hole and they can't get out. So they're trying to get people to help them get out, but in the meantime, they're so far up their ass that they're just pulling everybody in their hole.
He knows that you look forward to like one thing, because he knows our lives are like dark. You know,
so I realized that, for instance, my mom. I'm gonna use my mom for. She lies so much that she believes in her own lie, and that lie will become a reality. And that's how you get away with lies. That's how you get away with thinking that you're a good person, because you're lying to yourself. But you'll get reactions and triggers like a Karen, and you start like getting an attitude. That is because you're a liar. And the liar starts to show up in certain areas. Just like when you start crying emotionally out of nowhere. It's because you didn't get to cry. So your body is just telling you it's time to cry, and it's going to be anywhere.
If he ends up seeing this, then check out the law of becoming one, not the law.
And my dad also said, my grandmother said they've been doing this for a long time. And my dad said that these people been online for years and years trolling people, and they have multiple accounts. They're so good at it.
I don't really know.
That's their job.
I don't know what you do like that. I can just tell that you're authentic by the stuff
that. So, somebody in the family of your dad's family did the Knights Templar, the Knights. Something with the Knights, and it was from Chicago. So I believe that Steve, they're pointing at Steve and his family members in Chicago.
I don't think I'm like some weird like fan. I just found out about you, and Sarah as well.
He's corrupt. So whatever he does with the children or police or he's involved in that.
I'm what you call a
He did some kind of yo gabba gabba shit in a fraternity, and it came back at me, and it. I remember getting like a bunch of night stuff, and I'm like, what is this about? What is this about? my dad said that they did. That's when I find out, and I was looking into like fraternity, frat houses, and stuff like that. It's all a form of a Freemason. It's like the baby branches to get you up to that part. So the judges and lawyers are all a part of that. It's a ranking. So, Joey. Joey has a good memory. Joey Savoy. I went to high school with him. He was very, very heavily picked on then, and I barely knew him in high school. I started knowing him after high school. When I was pregnant with, before I was pregnant with you, Anthony. So Joey has a fantastic memory, and he's getting tainted by people from his past because they used him. His side of the family. And I liked it. Whoever said that, guppies. They're calling the cops guppies. So to me, cop cars. I'm looking at the cop cars as orcas, killer whales. And it's crazy because the Westminster cop cars are black. And I remember in school, the coach wanted us to wear black. Like, she's like, black is in. We gotta wear all black. So they changed our outfits to all black. And I'm like, alright, that's cool. But I kind of like the white, but it's black. So everything's turning to black. Slowly back then it was turning to black. So then I'm working back at Sears. I'm working back in the Westminster Mall.
Teaching her. Riley, I'm just teaching her. Sit. Good girl. Stay. Good girl.
There's an Egyptian god.
Thank you so much for your patience.
A lot of them.
Yes, me too.
They're bringing me a lot of dogs. It's kind of like.
I don't mind it either. I really don't.
What?
It's refreshing.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird seeing that. But I'll get a present of it.
You guys,
and they
like,
go.
see,
They
my
give me
aunt did it
beetles.
for so long, and it's kind of like
I don't know if you remember this, boys, but remember we were in Irvine, and I saw a Japanese beetle coming, and I'm like, then I stick up my hand, and he came to me. We're in the car. I don't know if you guys remember that. Desi, I don't know if you remember that, but you guys thought that was cool.
It keeps you fit. And my aunt, like, she passed, but
I don't know, but I like it when they come to your hand. Sometimes if you hold out your hand and the Japanese beetles will come, and they're, to me, like, they're so stupid how they fly, but they're so pretty.
She looked great all the time.
So,
like, her blood was always pumping and flowing, because you're always walking. Like, I walk my dog. Like, someone will walk out the door. Oh, yeah, so you can feel the energy. I walk my dog several times a day just to do something different.
See, your dog is going to feel your negative energy, because your dog wants to go and you're.
Well, yeah, we're just visiting. We feel.
Usually, yeah.
Where we live.
People like this should not have dogs. That's why Wags is having a problem. I've been seeing a lot of cats right now on leashes. Homeless people have cats right now.
Yep, I was talking to getting one of these.
And they have puppies. A lot of people have puppies right now. They don't know how to take care of them because they don't know how to take care of themselves. So that's why Wags is having a big problem. That's why people, the animal shelters are having a lot of problems because no one knows how to take care of an animal because they don't know how to take care of themselves. They think that, Oh, my dog's happy. My dog's happy. Your dog's not happy. Your cat's not happy. Your animal's not happy in a cage.
I'm trying. Take care.
If you don't have a good environment in your home, your animal's not happy.
Oh my. Okay, I think you guys remember what we were just talking about? I just had like a blast, like into, you know, some other realm, just having a moment with somebody, and oh yeah, okay, so we're talking about Pete, okay, yeah, Pete. I thought his name was David at first. So anyway, if any of you guys know him, please reach out to him. Tell him, like, reach out.
Man, I miss my kids. I miss you boys.
Like,
I don't like talking to people because they're fake.
And they're safe with me if, you know.
And of course, I go to therapy, and the room is 222, and the lady is Stephanie. Oh, get this, and she's black. Oh, great.
Sorry, they're not. And if you don't remember.
So the Lord Jesus is gonna do what for me? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
Or we can continue to like travel on, you know.
Don't need him. Don't believe him. I'm after the Pope.
You know, or to really try to like grow with these people, like if they're showing growth, they're rare. So yeah, so
people who wear masks to me are undercover. They have the face recognition. They know too much. They know too much.
I'm talking about where they're like kind of jumping on him and Sarah. Now Sarah, the only thing about Sarah's young. Sarah is a young Blu-ray. She's here to teach. You can tell by the way she moves her hands. She's an ancient one here to educate.
I don't believe in angels, like people angel things. I don't believe in this stuff. I don't believe in the zodiac signs and everything.
She gets thorough on everything. She gets so thorough, like she'll make a video on.
I'm believing what I'm seeing and what Leonardo da Vinci has shown me and is teaching me, because he's still a teacher in the afterlife. He's still a teacher. So what he's teaching me is that the afterlife has no language. Like, it's a different kind of language. And you have to be patient because people will switch and turn your back, and like, just when you think that they're friends, they're not. Like, he's giving me teenagers. He's giving me, because like, it's a whole back thing to it. He brings in pedophile stuff. He brings in the pedophiles.
Some nerd or whatever program. It's like so yeah. So
when you are around certain poisons or certain things and your mind starts to go off, you go into certain dimensions where you'll see things that are not there.
That last ego death at Dark Knight, I was like, I'm going full on. I'm gonna start this somehow. And I figured out how to just start a YouTube channel, and I figured we'll find you somehow.
Layers. He's like,
I don't know. If you just watch it, like, I wish you
well. Yeah, like different wars. You know, we have different wars. Like, so each time we have a war, we have a casualty. Right, so each casualty is a layer.
Pete Zapper. Take care. Peace, love, and light. Bye.
He brings me everything. Leo just brings me everything. Now, no one wanted to talk about Leonardo da Vinci being gay. No one wanted to talk about it.
And then I just came to terms and said, because I'm probably the only crazy person that would just say these things, I feel this is my soul's journey. I want people to believe in themselves, to believe and to know that they still have that soul connection with their own departed loved ones.
And the problem is with the medium and psychic, when I go back and listen to Sylvia Brown, these people are stupid. Like, where do you think I'm gonna go? Where do you want to go? Like, I had a dream, I had a vision of my offsprings of you changing schools. There was a big fire and earthquake and whatnot in my dreams and stuff. But in the school, in the dream, I had to change you guys schools, move schools, or telling me to move schools. So we end up moving schools in my dream. And it went bad. It was horrible, horrible. I didn't like it. It was like a nightmare. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then there's earthquakes and fires and volcanoes and dust, car crashes. And I'm like, what is this about? And I'm walking, it feels like a movie set. So as I'm walking around the movie set, I'm talking to the ancestors on what am I seeing? What is this about? And I had animal dreams. I had an eagle. That was weird. I was flying right next to an eagle. I looked over and the eagle's there watching me. And I had the coyotes. I had the 3 coyotes come to me. And it's very important when you have the dreams that you know that you're dreaming. And how are your emotions? How are you feeling? When the 3 coyote dream came to me, I wasn't scared. I was just looking, observing, like, oh, that's weird. Those are coyotes in the middle of the day walking like nonchalant. And in my dream, I'm like calm, just observing them. And one of them just lunges at me as I'm looking at it. And I wasn't scared. I was just like, oh, I wasn't expected. Like, I wasn't expecting it. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's out of your character for me. Like, I'm out of your way. Like, how I did it, my mind and my heart was just like, this is a warning. This is a message. This was, yeah. So I got it. Instantly, I got it. I felt it. And it was Cookie, my Aunt Cookie, Nicholas, and my sister Michelle. Those were the coyotes. Nicholas is the one that reached out. I didn't know that Nicholas, my cousin Nicholas, emailed, had messaged Lauren Tapia. Lauren Tapia didn't tell me right away that my cousin messaged him about me. So the little bitch that he was, he went to my husband about me instead of coming to me for whatever fucking reason, I don't know. But Lauren Tapia didn't tell me right away. So then when I got the image, when I got the dream, I told Lauren Tapia about it. Then Lauren Tapia started telling me that my cousin had messaged him about me. I was like, no wonder you're acting funny. And he's like, I wasn't acting funny. Because Lauren Tapia was bringing up that I was cheating on him and I was doing something funny. And he was going through my phone and he was doing everything possible. Lauren Tapia was getting fucking pissed at me. And now it makes sense. So then when I'm having these dreams about the school, Anthony, the whole incident of the gun of Warner Middle School, Kids were bringing guns to school, loaded and unloaded guns to school. And the school district, the school teachers, and the school administrators were not telling the parents that this was going on in campus. They would be finding out online or none at all, or just hearsay. I'm finding out because teachers aren't saying shit. We don't want to tell parents. Or summer camp. You take your kids to summer camp. They got phones. These teachers aren't checking the phones if they have phones or not. They go to the bathroom. Oh, there you go. There's your pornography right there in school. Without parent supervision, they have these teachers that are not responsible. They can't even take care of their own kids, and they're teaching your kids. A lot of these teachers have sex parties. They are not responsible with your kids. They're bullies to your kids. They are bullies, the most extreme bullies you can. Hitler. I think about Hitler. Every time I see a mean teacher, it's Hitler to me. Because Hitler could have been prevented. The whole thing could have been prevented. So that war, I'm still trying to figure out why that ever happened. Because I still can't get over the Revolution War, the Trojan War. I have to go back. Like, that's where I'm going back. So, my dad always said aliens. I always grew up thinking there's a possibility. But I'm like, nah. But Crazy Horse tells me that they're considered aliens. My ancestors are considered aliens. So I asked Hermes, is this true? And he's like, yeah, that's true. So Leonardo da Vinci would be considered an alien. Yeah. Now, Tesla brings in entities and all this other stuff. He brings in more. And that's where Leo helps me with the creativity part to help me find out how an entity evolves and looks, how it manifests, what a soul can do. So those two people in history give you certain knowledge and certain information. Oh, and then Alistair. I call him like the magic man. I know I'm saying his name wrong. Now there's certain magic that is very hard. But you just know it's there, and you just know it's like doors. Every time you try something new, I have an open mind to it. It's like visiting somewhere. It's like every time we went out, we always dressed comfortably. We dressed nice. We dressed like we're going to a celebration. And I always thought that was neat when people go to church on Sundays. When I was little, they'd always dressed up really nice on one day. And I'm like, that could be every day. Really nice. Every Sunday, or like Easter or Christmas. They're just really nice. And I always thought that was so cool. So, like, we had comfortable clothes, like casual clothes, but nice. We had, like, outdoors, like, just to get paint on and whatnot. And then we had our fancy clothes. So our fancy clothes would stay fancy for any occasions. Organized, neat, lying. That's why I think schizophrenia, a lot of these patients are lying. They're narcissists trying to get away with certain things. Like my mom here. She knows exactly what she's doing. I'm watching it. She does have, she lied so many times in her life that she got away with it. So this is a form of a schizophrenia. The ancestors are going to attack you, and this is a form. And that Medusa right there, it's Medusa's like pointing at her. This is me. This is me. This is what she does. It's someone hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt you. That's what Medusa is. And it's sad. And so with Athena and the ancestors, like there's multiple reasons why I go back to that story. Because sometimes when people hurt you, that's all you could do is want revenge, revenge, revenge. But what does that revenge look like? And Athena's like, you have to fight your battles. And what battles you have, other people seek her advice to, seek her attention. And she's like fighting. It's like boxing. It's like wrestling. It's strategy. So when I think of sports, I think of strategies. I think of life that way, and it's been helping me. But my aunties, they bring in football, so football is like another league of its own. It's funny. I really never thought about baseball and football together, like the same. I'm like, no. I would think baseball and basketball like together, but they're combined. They're like, no, basketball separate. Basketball, like they want basketball on their own. Like in the afterlife, basketball is like a different, separate league. Like it's just basketball, and you got baseball and football. They want me to be like those two. Something's there, and then that. So now I know. Now I know that if I have a conversation with somebody, that something's gonna happen. Where if basketball comes into this mindset of basketball, baseball and football, like being like this, they're showing me this, and they're three different sports, but those two are twined. So if someone comes and tells me about those three, it's gonna come into the story as it's separate. But when that person talks to me about it, it's going to end up doing this to them. And then I'm gonna find out what that is. Usually that means that the basketball, that means somebody in their energy is bringing in somebody from basketball. Territory. I went to Westminster yesterday and I've been seeing a lot of Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox. Hey Alexa, where are the Boston Red Sox?
Tomorrow, the Boston Red Sox will play the Houston Astros at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts.
Hey Alexa, what happened in Boston, Massachusetts in 1808?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the Boston Massacre occurred on March 5, 1770, on King Street in Boston.
Okay, 77. 515. Um, Colombia in Spain. Christopher Columbus. Hey Alexa, when did Christopher Columbus die?
Christopher Columbus died on May 20, 1506 at the age of 55 years.
I got my voice. So, I'm playing with the dead, and like this Christopher Columbus fucker, and these guys right here, um, they're giving me little Easter eggs, and it's like, oh my god, it's a roller coaster, but it's so fun because like there's nothing else to do. So like they know they fucked up, so it's like me trying to get them like, where are you at? Where are you at? Where's your little signature? Where's your little spot at? Cause Reagan's everywhere. Fucking Reagan. Like, did he do that on purpose? I don't know, but it's so cool. He brings in so much art shit. And my sister hates Reagan. And it's like, I don't know why I didn't do anything. You're doing just fine. I mean, Reagan was wrong. He was totally wrong. But yeah. He needed somebody. Yeah. There was nobody at the time to comprehend on the magnitude of having a parent at home, family values, how far genocide goes back, racism. This is racism. Lauren Tapia's family was racist towards me because I was Indian. So they call me like Indian giver or something like that. Land, they would make fun of me. How? So, yeah, that's so funny. Which I never understood that. Like, you're gonna call me Indian giver, you give. I don't understand. Giver, Indian giver. Like, they're using it in a mean way. Like, when they call me an Indian giver, it meant they would take things back. I didn't understand that. I grew up with that. And my mom's the one that told me, so I don't understand. And then even growing, my aunts used comedy. So Native Americans, that's how I think I understood where things were going. And comedy, people use their dark to laugh, because in the end, if you can laugh at your own pain, it's like, it is a miracle, because it's like, why did you have to go through that? And then you realize there's a whole process, and then it's like, oh, it's only gonna get worse. Ah, fuck. But there's dead. You're dead. So just accept death, and it's like a roller coaster. So I'm writing people out as I'm doing this documentary. I don't want to do it. I don't like these videos, but it's going to help me protect me, because these doctors truly are killing people, genocide, children, and I'm trying to prove that Joey Savoy is being abused, but he's also like my mom, liar. And when you lie, you end up making yourself sick, and then it's going to be like a form of, like, the president, like Joe Biden. It's going to be a form of you in a hospital room, in the hospital, or being dementia, like losing bowel movements, losing everything, because you lie so much. You're gonna lose function in everything. You're gonna cause yourself sick. You're gonna make yourself sick, and a lot of this is prevented. So something's happening, like my mom's poisoning herself on purpose. It's amazing what she's doing. My uncle shouldn't be getting a 12-year-old pregnant in the first place, and she can't be passing it off as, well, she looked older. Doesn't make sense, Mom. Doesn't make sense at all. Make it make sense. I love you, boys, and I don't understand the court thing, and I'm going to the bars still. I'm getting information when I do go to the bars, and there's a lot of dead people just supporting me. And I'm being guided. This is my revenge. This is my payback. Because these people were getting away with murder, and they didn't care. They used magic to try to cover it up, and I'm looking at the city, and this is exactly what I was seeing in my dream. And it's like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. And now it's like, now I have to step up, because in my dream, when I stood up, it was amazing. Like, in my dream, it was backwards. In my dream, I was helping out the city, and everybody was doing good, and then someone was trying to take me out, and they took me out, and then everybody went to shit. Everything went to shit when they took me out, and that was it. And now I am Now, everything went to shit, but I wasn't even elected. Yeah, when I went to Westminster Mall, or no, when I went to Westminster School, high school, when I was attending there, in the back of the field, it always reminded me of Lion King. They always, like, all over the Pride Land or something, they would always say that. Or imagine, just imagine, just imagine. So I would imagine, but I would always imagine San Diego, the reservation, always had that mindset. So then I go and I look. It's always there. It's always there. Esso Beach. He got the military base. Where are you gonna run to? Where are you gonna hide? There's nowhere to hide, nowhere to go. You have the afterlife to there waiting. Like, their arms are crossed. You're not going anywhere. So me, I'm running to the afterlife. Like a part of me is running, another part of me is walking, another part of me is skipping. It's amazing. But I want you boys. So I'm not fully, I'm alone. I'm not fully healed yet. I'll be with you boys, when I have you boys in my arms. But in the meantime, I want these politicians, cops, doctors, lawyers, teachers, judges, prison, and they'll see themselves that this prison system, this jail system needs to change. And it's not going to change if they're not in there. They need to know what needs to change if they're the ones that are doing it. So put Nancy Pelosi in prison, and you'll see, put Trump in prison, and then you'll slowly see the prison system start changing because they are in there. There's no support in prison or in jail either. No one's talking